Good day, everyone.
I'm Yvonne Mercuatro.
I'm Nice Vasquez, and we are here to discuss about the digital self, real identity versus
Online identity. So here are the table of contents. First is the objectives. Goals will be presented. The second one is abstract, short summary will be presented. The third one is keywords, definition of terms. Fourth one is introduction. And the fifth one is research information. It presents here what is digital self, what is real identity, and online identity. The sixth one is researchers' feelings or reaction and practical application. And the last one are the references.
First, we have objectives. At the end of this topic, students would be able to define what is digital self, to describe what is real and online identity, and last, to differentiate the two identities.
So the second one is abstract. So abstract, the study identifies the differences of real and online identity of the digital self nowadays. This aims to answer and broaden the following questions. What is digital self? What is real identity means? What is online identity means? And the differences between the two identities. This study is utilized in a descriptive design, and the informations were taken from similar studies.
And here are the keywords. First, we have digital. Digital characterized by electronic and especially computerized technology. And self, a person's essentials being that distinguishes them from others, especially considered as the object of introspection or reflexive action. And we have real. Real means existing or occurring fact, actual rather than imaginary. And we have online. Online means in or into operation of existence. And the fourth one is the introduction. An extensive debate has formed over the years since the explosion of social networks about online and offline identities. As identity is defined according to Oxford Dictionaries.com 2014 as the characteristics determining who or what a person or a thing is. An online identity is defined as an identity that a person establishes in an online environment, such as social networks. An offline identity is defined as an identity that a person establishes in an offline environment, such as in real life. The development of internet communication and social media has expanded the traditional notion of identity. Now, people have online identities in addition to real-life identities. It can be hard to manage the relationship between online and real-life identities because materials that are posted online may exist forever. B, they can shape people's interpersonal perception towards you in the real world. And C, employers tend to use online platforms to verify and validate the identity of individuals. Hence, it is important to be aware of effective ways to manage your online identities. Is your online identity important? Definitely. In fact, far too few people realize just how necessary it is to take your internet identity seriously if you want to protect your privacy on the web. All it takes is being a bit sloopy, and your personal information like your name, physical address, IP address, phone number, and much more will end up in the wrong hands. And yes, there are plenty of people, businesses, and organizations who are interested in your online identity. Digital identities are designed to solve all of these challenges. Not only do they enable 100% trust in all parts of the value chain, but they're also key for driving inclusivity to all parts of society, providing security through unique biometric identifiers like fingerprints in our phone and facial recognition, and creating a frictionless experience for consumers as well as ensuring compliance for businesses. They should also be created along privacy by design principles. The identity credentials should be stored in a device in secure chips or hardened applications. Biometric verifications happens locally when possible, and users should stay in control of the data they choose to share. Trust is the most important currency in the digital world. Digital identities are how this trust is conveyed and embedded, and therefore, their importance to our online society cannot be overstated.
So these are the research information. So at the present time, we are now in a modern world where there has been a wide and rapid advancement of technology. Most of the people at this point of time using gadgets, electronic devices, social media, in work, studies, communication, household equipment, and etc. The later quarter of the 19th century, the underlying technology was invented. After the invention of the personal computer, the adoption of economical widespread of digital communications happened. And the digital revolution was marked as the beginning of the information age. So, the 2019 statistics usage of digital globally, 7.676 billion people ana na ay 5.112 nga ga-use og unique mobile phones, while ang 4.388 nga people ana or person kay ga-use og internet, while the 3.484 nga person or people kay active sa social media, and while the 3.256% or people kay ga-use ra og simple nga mobile phone. So these statistics are showing that most of the people around the globe are in the social. This means that digital, mobile, and social media has become an indispensable part of everyday life for people all over the world. As when we talk about digital self, we are talking about the existence of the self within digital spaces. It exists in whatever mediums, websites, and services you use. So this kind of self, it is the persona you are using when you are online. Some people maintain one or more online identifiers that are distinct from their real world selves. Others have a single online self that's more or less the same as the one they inhabit in the real world. This actively demonstrates that people who are on digital might using two identities. It could be real identity or the online identity.
So here guys, as you can see, naa siya real identity nga atong pwedeng himong example ani, and that is our personal ID, right? And the term identity refers to a person's individuality. All people have their own self-identifications which make them different from others. Simply, the identity makes who you are. Kung kinsa jud ka. So some people just know their identities in the first place without searching for one. And some other people have troubles looking for their identities. Those who are confused about their identities usually want and force them to find their true identities. True identities refers to a person's realness. For instance, a person could be identified as black to others because of his skin color, but he could be also classified as an American if he doubtlessly believes that his true identity is American. In literatures, Many characters are portrayed as people who are so eager to look for their true self. Each novel illustrates the character's difficulty of searching for their realness and the importance of true self and the process of looking for it. Simply put, your identity is the sum of your characteristics, including your birthplace, birthday, and schools you attended, your shoe size, and so on. Some of those characteristics never changed. Just like your birthday, no? Your name. Actually, pwede siyang ma-change, but ay muhang, kung kinsa jud ka mga details sa muhang pagka-ikaw is dili jud na siya ma-change. Such as your birthday, and some changed over time, such as your hair color. So, mo na siya ang ma-change. Atong buhok, pwede na itong mapatinaan, but our birthday is dili jud na siya mausab.
So karon mo jump in na pud ta unsa ang online identity. So what is online identity? So it is common today to hide one's identity when writing hateful or vitriolic or bigoted communications anonymously online. So this internet or online identity could be considered as an active, constructed presentation of oneself. So some people or internet users use their real names, but most of them kay use or prefer to be anonymous. And they can be use avatars or create names para matago lang ang ilahang real identity or real names, real birthplace or real nga birthdays, like yun ana mga kung ana kayo nga mga information, personal na kayo nga information. So some can even be deceptive about their identity. So kaning pag himo og laing names, like mo claim kag laing other names, kay pwede kay siya maka-deceive sa mga innocent people sa online. And the famous example of this kind of identity are what we call RP. You know what is RP? Role play or poster. Familiar mo ng mga dummy accounts. So mao na siya kind of deceptive nga online identity nga naa sa digital world. And these people are using names or pictures that is not their personal information or identity. They using someone's name or crafting other name to present themselves online. In addition, the pictures, details, and other information are not true. So they are faking it. So some people I knew, the reason in having online identity is they want to protect their personal data from people who are also faking their accounts. So mao nay somehow murag mga nahibaw-an ako sa mga tao nganong naghimo silang mga poster or dummy account. So mao na lang some reason. And others, they want to meet people without letting them know who really they are. So, makakaani mo no, kadang murag mga, sorry for the word, biga-biga on char. Bitaw, ginana ang kasagaran sa uban, kasagaran sa nagkanang nako nga RPer kay they want to meet people nga taga laing lugar or mga lae outside na dyan sa Philippines and ganan sila makik-relationship. Pwede sad kaayo nga ang kana nga tawhana is somehow a gay or a lesbian and ganan siya nga kanang taguan niya yung personalidad kay para somehow mo jump in bitaw into communication ang kanang nga person nga gusto niya nga i-communicate without kanang dili ma-discourage kung kinsa siya. So that's why maghimo sila mangangin-ana nga account. So lastly, some people uses online identity to scam someone on the internet. So mo ni pinakasad nga part sa online identity. They mo scam sila og tao, like magpaila sila nga as a businesswoman or na sila yung mga online businesses and kanang pa-investan kanila more kanang 5,000 langin ana 5,000 ray ma-invest ma'am niya pakakibaw nga sa kadugayan nimo nga sige communicate nila. And then kanang min-trust na ka sa person kay lagi nakita nimo siyang information sa online nga legit siya nga businessman or woman, and then muna sige na sa kaghatag, and then up until one day hibaw nimo nga wala na di ay na-vanish na kana nga.
So we have here the differences between real identity versus online identity. We have to know unsa jud ang ilang difference ba? Unsay kalainan nilang duha. So here, well, real identity, as the name indicates, it's real. Okay? It's who you truly are. It's the realest you without mask and lies. So ikaw jud ni wala ni siya yung mask. So kung unsa ka mao jud ka mo na imong identity. And in your identity, most of the time, you be your true self and won't try to create a false persona to be accepted and loved by others. Nadyo tagi kanang mga uso karon no nga magpakalahi nga tao para lang dawaton sa ubang tao. Char. Pero dili jud na siya maayo. Kung kinsa ka, dapat dawaton jud kaniya. But that doesn't mean in real life, there are also people who don't reveal themselves and fake true self. So naa jud mga tao ingon ana nga dili nila i-reveal kung kinsa sila. Just like sa katong Miss You, dili tanan nakahibaw nga lesbian or gay dayto siya, no? Diha na lang nahibalaan nga niapil siya og Miss You. And very sad kaayo kung i-fake nimo ang imuhang self, but they also had their reasons also. And online identity, most of the time, it's fake. Fake siya. Most of the time, not, wala ko nagingon nga, tanan ha, pero mostly lang. But that doesn't mean there aren't people who are true to their identity. But it's very rare to find. Lisod kaayo pangitaon. Talagsaon na kaayo ikaw. Kanang as in, rare kaayo ka makita og tao nga true sa ilang online identity. And in online identity, many people try to compare their real self with fake identities. Daghan kay ni siya nga nahitabo, like mo-scroll lang ka sa Facebook or sa Instagram, naa kay mga makita dito nga nice kay figure, and maka-compare din kasi mo self nga, ay unta ani ko, anong pretty man siya kaysa nako, mag-self-pity dayon ka. And without knowing, most of their pictures, most of their figures, they were edited. Oh, right, you're right. Edited siya kay daghan na mga apps karon nga pwedeng gamiton nga pang-edit, pang-guwapa. Example, PixArt, yes. And also there are so many apps. Snapchat, Instagram. There are also
filters.
Yeah. There are a lot of apps nga pwede jud mo i-fake ang imong identity nya. Sinita kuno kag dating nya, dili day tubudlat itong sad to say, it's some kind of kanang a joke, but it's real. Na jud na siya. They try to compare themselves with fake identities of others on online, especially with celebrities, and feel unworthy of themselves. So mo na siya mauban kay tungod kay na naka-feel na sila nga luoy kay sila, mag-suicide na lang kay as in luoy jud kaayo. So which is pinaka buol kaayo na siya, no? Dapat dili na unta ba maoy mahimong mahitabo sa to ang life. But the truth is, every picture displayed online is filtered again and again. Kung sa saan pa, kung sa kanang lubi pa nga gikudkod, gisaan na og maayo para di mapil ang sapal.
Really
no?
Nice.
Until it became impeccable. Even the celebrities know that. No? So lastly, I want to say that most of the identities displayed online are not true. So young people or even all other people who are watching this video, you must be very careful sa pagtanaw, sa pag-scroll sa Facebook. Ayaw jud dayon conclude nga they were very perfect kay without knowing at the back sa camera, they were also kanang bullied. They were also kanang covering sa ilahang real nga character or real identity. So dapat you have to be content kung unsay naani mo. You should be proud kay hindi mo ka sa Ginoo. So, mo na siya.
You know, nice. One time, naka-scroll ko sa Instagram and tanaw dyan ako niya kay more siya Barbie. Like, kanang naalang siya imperfections yung teeth na kanang murag luhang. Like, kanang separated, dili siya close. But wapa dyan siya tanawon niya. Daghan kayo siya, unsa na kanang tawag na kanang
freckles.
Freckles, yeah. And I found out nga sa Facebook, mangguro to nga ako. And like, kanang kanang murag darman lang inana bang mga vlog nga ila jud gisusi unsa na siya nga kanang kuan unsa na siya nga persona sa real world and na-found out nila nga computerized na ito. Nya more siya graphics nga gihimo-himo lang like ni ana ganito kanang na siya kanang kuan baka hadlok nga one day soon nga kanang ang mga ginana na mo rule sa society ba and matago na ang mga tao kanang dili na show ang intelligensya ya ang mga kanang persona na nga sa kanang sud ana nga kanang site kay puro na lang pag-present. So mo na pinaka
very sad but very true as well. So we must be very careful on how are we going to handle our online identity and daghan patang dapat ma-learn ani nga area. Okay. So next.
So the next one is the researchers' feelings and reactions and application. So in this study of digital selves, it gives us more information or more overview about how the technologies work and affected this generation. And it also shows the impact on our identities. Am I right, nice?
Yes.
So being part of this era, we researchers found it is not surprising because we are already exposed to it. So, sama sa kong giingon ganiha nga, na ko nahibawan nga mga tao, so na-expose na ko diha gamay. But we are just thankful for having the opportunity to study it, right?
Yep.
Which enables us to learn and to know more about how technologies work nowadays and how people are using it. So,
as we observe this, we realize that we need not just us but all of us to be literate enough about computers or technologies because information given through this medium is easy to be fake, especially sa Google.
Yeah.
Dili tanan naggihatag dira reliable. So we must be very careful in making our research just like this. And
so on the other hand, we realize that we also need to limit how we import information about ourselves in the social media world. Kay kung tanan sa timong ihatag ana nga personal data nimo, pwede sad kay na siya gamiton into faking account or in faking some accounts and gamiton na siya in sa pag-scam og ubang tao. And pwede sad kayo nga like imong i-use ang trick,
pwede pod kanang kuan identity theft.
Identity theft. Pwede na siya kasuhan. So careful ta anang like mo use tag mga pictures sa atong mga K-pop idol or other idols. Kay pwede kina siya plagiarism. And kanang kuan sad pwede sad na siya careful ta kanang maghatag og mga information sa social media world kay tungod pwede na siya gamiton in making a card and imuhang name ang ma-register and makakuha silag money or makakawat silag money and ang labas ikaw may nagkuha ana and ang labas ikaw utangan. So mao na siya. The next one is
so here we are, nanata sa atong practical application sa ni nato pag-apply. So most people in this generation are gradually evolving and actively involved in social media platforms, which gives an easy way on how to communicate with other people and makes life more easier.
But don't forget to limit yourself, especially in giving personal information like what I said earlier. And on the internet, keep your privacy setting on, practice safe browsing, make sure your internet connection is secure.
Use secure VPN connection. Be careful what you download. Choose strong passwords. Make online purchases from secure sites and be careful also what you posted in online, right? And who you meet and keep your antivirus up to date.
We should be authentic online, but know that behind the highlight reel,
We are
all
beautifully imperfect. No one is perfect. Lastly, we have the references.
So these are the links if you want to know our reports if they are legit. And
if you are going to find more about this information, so you can have that link to discover unsa pa jud ang mga ganahan ninyong mahibaloan about sa online and real identities. So last guys, thank you for letting us use your time to listen with us, and I'm so glad that we are able to discuss it with you. The real and online identity. What's the difference and what's the advantage and disadvantage about it? And and I would like to thank Miss Yvonne for the time that we had spent this afternoon, and also to our teacher, Miss
Faith Macabenta.
Yes, hi Miss. So I hope you guys have learned about this discussion today.
Yes.
And
if you have comments and suggestions, you can comment below or PM us. I'm Yvonne Mercuatro.
And I'm Nice Vasquez, and we are the
Digital Self Reporters.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.